And by sing, a good friend, and a friend of South Manchester, and a friend of our cabinet, traveled down to be with us this evening in Cross Keys. You know the PNP people can say, time home. So comrades, I want you to give me a rousing round of applause as we welcome Comrade Richie Parchment.
Comrade next MP for South Manchester, Comrade Peter Mercat Bunty, Comrade Councillors, Comrade Mayor, Comrade Mitchell, you the workers, the warriors of the People's National Party, I say time come, time come. Comrades, for the last 5 years I've been working with party leader in charge of this road program. This morning when he called and asked me what time are we leaving to go to North Clarendon, I said, Comrade Leader, I have made an arrangements for you today. I have to be with my friend Peter Bunty in Grovetown this afternoon. Comrades, I'm here to support Comrade Bunty. Because I never knew that Comrade Bunty was going to run again. But he called me and said to me, duty call, he has to return, and he's going to South Manchester. I want you to big up Peter Bunty, but that is we need 32 as DJ told you, and we have 14. So 14 minus 32 is what? 18. We have to win back 18 seats. In Comrade Peter Bunty, you have the greatest political strategist, the greatest political organizer in the People's National Party. And I want you to fix up South Manchester from early that you can free up Peter to go and win the other 18 to put Mark Golding as our next Prime Minister. Comrades, I got a call from a little man the other day. He's my friend, you know. He's my friend. I'm confess. His name Ian. He's my friend. I know him a long time. I never even was saying in politics. He called me. And guess what Ian asked me? As Peter friend. Ian asked me for political tips. I gave him. I said, save your time and concentrate on your family. But if you don't take my advice, you can buy a coffin and book the undertaker and seek the Lord because it's a political death you're going to in South Manchester. Last week, Comrade Peter Bunty has left a number of persons in his wake. In 1993, he put Shearer a little closer to his maker. In 2007, I don't know if you remember, Sally had bought the green dress with the matching hat to go to Parliament. And when Bunty done with Sally, Sally had dilly-dally for her green strap. In 2011, they said it was scrappy. And Bunty said him back at home now and shit up nappy. In 2016, they sent a man called Arvin. Sent Arvin. But I know we don't hear nothing from him. We don't know where Arvin there. In 2020, at the middle of COVID, Concho sent a little flirty named Rhoda. Bunty said she too out harder. So she had left him for the political father, royal black political father. one thing, I'm going to make you feel some excruciating pain. One love, comrades. One love.
Stand up. Let me blow that song here. Now we have to keep doing it. Yeah. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Let me see. Blow the hand in the air. Alright. Go up. Go up again. Easy. Put up all the fists, let me see. Now, let me hear you say. Time code. You see, only can think them weary. If you sell the farmer, God, you have to go down. Comrades, I give to you now. The Bible is going to, hold on, sir. I hear you say when we blow the trumpet now, we bonfire down a riot flag. I hear you say the lady, DJ. What DJ did I say? So all we said to DJ say, tell the lady to give me Bryce a call. That's all, just tell her to call. I hear you say, tell DJ say, don't follow Bryce and Donovan. So we say, all she need to do, just give me a call. And I will deal with her. Because the whoop on platform and cry. And we can tell you why she is crying. When she entered the workers' meeting, she asked 5 comrades, 5 hours strong comrades. And somebody said to her, and them 5 hours strong, they were right. Somebody said to her, and then walk with Donovan round a pear tree. She started. If you feel something about the bloody platform, I ain't gonna like it. Call me. Call me. No brother, none of right. From Donovan, Carly, Mario, Oliver, Win, Central Manchester. She don't post up in more by Central Manchester again. She gone in hiding. She there. Lady, is not going. She's not there. So comrades, let's join with me now and welcome to the bank the next member of Parliament for Central Manchester. We are a monument. Come here, comrades. Get oh no. He wrestled with love.
What an impressive
hold on for 40 Comrade Peter Hunting. I will talk some more about him. Comrade Regional Secretary, Comrade Councillors and Councillor caretakers, my brothers and sisters from near and far, Honolulu. You see, I'm glad to be here myself. But I don't trouble people. I have been trying not to say anything about anybody that could create any problem. But I will keep trying. But I don't think Bryce got it right too. The problem, I think, or I hear, why the lady was crying is because she took up on herself to be campaign manager for the losing selection candidate, the MP. And when she realized that she gave up her time, she couldn't go more road and cry because all the way she looked up, gone down the drain. But comrades, I had to call a lady last night. I had to warn her hard last night. Because as a leader of the Manchester Parish Council, nobody that were riding on the parish council's back. You're not very riding on what we have been doing to make the Manchester Parish Council the best place. I saw 2 videos. At first, when I saw the first one, I decided not to say anything. But somebody else showed me a post. And I called her last night and tell her to take them down. The man that with Mr. Chin is not a member of the Manchester Parish Council. And I see him on the road, I said on this road, and I council post like, him know how road go. Him know how road go that. Those are funds from the Manchester Municipal Corporation. When the road was finished, I see post up like him do anything. I tell you, the coach shows his big dog, say weary. They don't understand this thing. Let me tell you something, comrades. I want to be here myself. Dollar money. My granny said, dollar money like cheese. I don't know if I say dollar trying cheese. If you don't know, I see it yet. Buy 1 piece of cheese and the other and see what we have. But I'm here tonight to support the comrades of South Manchester. Because when I drive to Newport, when I go to Somerton, when I go to Plum, when I go to Patchwork, when I go to Marley Hill, when I go to Resource, when I go to Cocoa, when I come across these, the stomach roll because I cannot believe that this is Because the only problem we have now is whether we're going to win the votes or we're going to come the votes. Because, comrades, Peter Humpty know how to win elections. You don't hear me? I said Peter Humpty know how to win elections. But it takes every single comrade to get up, walk up, move up, shout up, talk up, sing up, pray up, live up. People's National Party. Tell your neighbor that you're ready to beat the mountain. Here from Manchester. Last week, I talked to the conference in Royal and I talked to people heads. And people talk all different sorts of something. But I repeat it. The market want fix. The partner want fix. The people of South Manchester, when they come from Plum with the good kumku, when they come up with the stallion, they want a good play to sit up in the market and tell the people that people can buy. People of Manchester. I am Cohen, so me no afraid I am. You can come to a city of function, put on by the chairman of commerce, and you come near the tree how I live because of a mechanical problem. How come? Prime Minister of Jamaica have a mechanical problem in coming to a function when you have 3 different sets and motor features in can use. But that is not the problem, comrades. There's a bigger problem. I'm not calling nobody name. But he's disrespectful to the People's National Party. When I read that they say that we should not allow PMPism to come back in Jamaica, you must be crazy. What is PMPism? No bastard no there again. Free education, land for the landless, national housing trust. Come on with this. But in one garbage. The other day I was driving through some community and when I said garbage, Mr. Mom sick. They look all the garbage. But comrades, as night falls day, we're going to run them out of this number. We're going to get rid of them. Because they don't care about us. Everything is okay. How can it be okay when Trump came with tariff and then something and you don't say nothing to me yet? You don't talk about the 2 mandat last year. But you know what we don't know where we PMPism. But if them think really done. If them think PMP really done. Comrades, let me tell you. The road will be rough. The goings is going to get tough. But let me tell you, any party There is a lady on my side. But these days, she don't show up nowhere. She has been very disrespectful to the people of Central Manchester. Every time you see her name on a program, even this morning, I went to the JS church service this morning and I kneeled upon the program and no excuse came. I went to the Chamber of Commerce, her name is at the program, but she's not 3 hours later with. Alright. Comments. She came with her entourage. But here the comments. You cannot disrespect the people that have put you there to work for them. If she better than me, next to tell the country that she'll fire her driver, so her driver talk to MP people. She run her driver, say her driver go mix up. Now mix up with everybody. The gentleman is our social friend, and you can't let politics divide people from the same community. She talked up to people like she don't have no respect for the people. And so I'm sending her a signal tonight. And the people of Central Manchester need decent representation, quality representation, representation like Peter Bunty representation. When we're in school, we create up. We do everything. We do Mount St. Joseph. We do Belleville. We do put on rooms at Manchester High School. We do Palm Day. Why? Comments. It's not a lecture. Because we got to go on good on that section. Because when they come to walk, he can walk. So I am telling you, so Manchester, no play fool. You hear me say? No play fool. Work the man, make the man work for you in the South Manchester. Vote for the man, make the man come work for you in the South Manchester. Because he believes in infrastructure. He believes in representing the people. He believes in lifting the life of the cause of justice of this country.
Whenever I see them, I'm praying.
I want you to fix him up and let him go because you're going to come back in the same challenge for 2 times. But if you know what come and send the money come. If you think you don't want to come, you send the money come. Right. But comrades, let me tell you something. If the government of Jamaica is doing so well, can't election. If your ministers are doing so well, call the election. No sense. Because comment and say, if they never wait till September when PMP people right, can't take more time and stop it. Because every time that PMP people, so, from me like him, I like the tax on calling now. You might end up with some seeds where you want to keep. But never wait till at the time when you're not, then they want them. So here the comrades of South Manchester. From the Hillfoot to the Halligan Park. From Halligan Park to Mountainside. Don't tell body, sorry. From Pepper, come on. You go up the hill. PNP people look like I'm ready. So did you guys hear me? And this is the first time I went down to the councillors. When we put up some things on the road. When we try over the meeting, we're going to some corners. Them don't show you used to have in a man in the country and out in a community to come out there and talk to people because this is a community when came back. Here me comrades, here me councillors. Without the People's National Party, we can't be councillors. If you can't be shirt here, you go see what? Because I have to talk to them. Because sometimes the people reach, and we don't reach it. Because it's better to have an MP working with than have an opposition party working with. Because you can call from the MP and say, help me fix that road there. Give me some fertilizer. Give me some seed. Help me when the people them to go to school. So hear me. No farm food. Come and start. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Next time out. Come here, Campbell. Go in the field. I was switching through that time, but I think I understand back. And I said, I think I understand back. Because when the big mass come and say, I look aside and go to Central Manchester, I know I could have worked that to get something, but it's alright. No worries here. I am telling you, comrades, we are ready for marketing. We are ready for the PNP. We are ready for all our leaders to walk up to God's house and make Jamaica the best place to live, for the church, to raise our children, for the town, and enjoy life. Comrade, the world is love. God bless you.
Thank you very much. And that was the great Donovan Mitchell. Never miss a beat. Now, comrades, as been announced earlier, we're going to add give out because the conference of the different things. Everything about this campaign, better with one thing. Yes, sir. And I don't forget it. All right. Look at the pretty car on the driveway, everyone look on it, with one thing. So comrades, I did say we were going to give away 4 tablets. I'm going to ask the team to give me a tear of eyes. I'm going to ask the question. And the first person who they identify come raise their hand will be given the opportunity to answer the question. Don't show them no. And comrades, hear me. No member of the campaign team can participate. So Vincent, put on your hand. So comrades, give away tablets, pretty case. Silence, silence. Now we have to keep our eyes open. Just in the first hand out. And that's why I always tell people they should sit in the front. The question, comrades. The question. Silence, comrades. Just silence. We have a long and proud tradition of PNP representation in this parish of Manchester. Who is the PNP leader of the Manchester Parish Council? And the next member of Parliament for Central Manchester. Man, where's up? Come here, man. Yes, indeed. Comrades, Musliman, ready, please. Comrades, we're going to change the beat. You got yourself, sir. You got yourself. Reading the first tablet here tonight. But comrades, while his worship the mayor was speaking, one of the most supportive, brand new minty councillor, all the way from Clarendon, all as myself and Councillor David. From Northwest Clarendon, Maple from Southern people with it.
Comrade Chairman, my friend, my brother, Comrade Mario Mitchell, Comrades at the NTM, OB 4x4, long time, big up yourself. Comrades, good night. Comrades, good night. Comrade Bunting, Comrade Bunting. No, of course, I'm a secret inside. This is South Manchester. South Manchester, my place. That was straight. Enough work I do for you, man, at the choir. Woodstock, Lancaster, Ellen Street, Farm, Luther, Heathfield, Flemington. Morrison, there's a lot. Comrade Grimes, give us that. Comrades, we have some work to do. We have work to do. And listen, this election is not Comrade Peter Bunting election. It's all of us election. All of us. So comrades, we are begging from you now. We are begging. Put in the work as an election year. All of us will celebrate the victory of South Manchester. Comrade, the world is love. Comrades, one more time for Comrade Stephen Williams from the Reaches Division. Comrades, you move me right along. I will have some certificates as an outstanding scholar to have served this constituency. I will show them appreciation. So I'm going to ask, where's the list Comrade Bunting? You have the list? Who are the inside constituency members? I'm going to call the name, and if I do name, just run like you hear me, and come and collect the certificate. And if you're not sure, then we'll move it right along. So everybody drove. Comrade Carmen Stolz, as you hear your name, the outside, inside, will come to the front. Comrade Beverly Jones, Comrade Carmen Stolz, Comrade Marva Heber, Comrade Marva McCathy Brown, Comrade Maureen Simmitt, you know that name there, Comrade Kenny Senior, Comrade Bobsy Allen, Holding Peter, Comrade Victor, what is that, free? You pronounce your name? Sir. Alright. Comrade Victor, sir. Comrade Roland McPherson. Comrade Patrick Reed. Comrade Wilson Reed. And them there. Anybody name him, just come over the front, man. I'm going to repeat the names again. Comrade Beverly Jones. Comrade Carmen Stutz. Comrade Marva Hibbert. Comrade Marva Lee McCarthy Brown. Comrade Maureen Smith. Comrade Canu Senior. Comrade Bobsy Ali. Comrade Hughley Peter. Comrade Victor. Is that my name? Sir. Comrade Roland McPherson. And Comrade Patrick Reed. Comrade Wilson Reed. They are all here in front of the arena. They represent you. Come and give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause, man. Stalwarts who have served this party with distinction and this constituency. Comrade Bunting will present them along with the Secretary of the constituency. Oh man, let's keep clapping them, man. Music, man. That's one thing something you need that will take away.
Comrade Peter.
Mr. Comrade, we are confused and stand up.
Comrade McPherson. Comrade Brown. Comrade Wilson. Veteran. Comrade Patrick Reed. Comrade Bobsy Ali. Comrade Stutz. And these now up on the campus who have contributed to the organizing capacity. Comrade Rose Knight, Comrade Lorna Johnson, Comrade Felicia Allen, Comrade Tracy Ann Mirage, Comrade Hyacinth Stoss, Tracy Ann Mirage, absent. Tracy, come pick it. Comrade Tracy Ann Mirage, he was in here. Comrade Felicia Allen, she's working as always, so we will present her at another time. Thank you very much, comrades. The work continues nonetheless. Comrades, to say thank you to all those comrades. So let's drink towards summer as you raise your glass or your cup or your bottle to the star who has stopped to serve. Continue to serve.
we move on now to our final three speakers. And I'm going to bring to you now no other than the chairman of this noble division. Last year, he got the highest number of PMB votes in this division, and he remained the chairman. I say, make welcome to this afternoon's conference, Comrade Ronald Slash, the chairman of the Grovetown.
Protocols have already been established. Comrades on the outside, comrades on the inside, comrades all over the world, because we're streaming live. I am honored to be the standard bearer for the Grovetown division. Give me a hand. And the reason why Grovetown is on the rise. I am going to do a little theology. I'm not going to preach, but I'm going to do a little theology, because we have to bring some reality. Jesus, while walking on earth, started his ministry at the age of 30, and 3.5 years later, they killed him. Jesus only went to the synagogue in all of his ministry. Read the scriptures twice. The first time he went to the synagogue was on the day of the Passover. And when he went there, what did he see? He saw the priests and the Levites, the scribes and the Pharisees, making his father's house a house of robbery, a house of thieves. Jesus grabbed the whip and he chased them out of the temple by saying, my father's house is a house of prayer, and you have made it a den of thieves. We can say the same thing today about the Jamaica Labour Party. They have made the government's house their house of robbery, their house of thieves. They have no dignity. They have no integrity. And so we, the People's National Party, must whip them out of power. And when we're going to do that, all right, here we go again. I am going to close my notes down, Comrade Dalton, Comrade Bryce. I'm going to be able to say. But the way we're going to do that Grovetown division, the way we're going to do that Porus division, the way we're going to do that Newport division, the way we're going to do that Algebra division is by mobilizing our people and get them to vote. I have been several Company about it. Comrades, we are going to win this election by going to the polls. I beg you, as Comrade Rights would say, murmur, whatever, those are the things we have, let's put them aside. Let's put them aside. We are canvassing and we are seeing good figures, but it only counts when we go to the polls. So I beg you, you know what I call it? The Nehemiah of South Manchester. Because we must have it. Our infrastructure is torn down. Hear yourself. Our infrastructure is torn down. Our schools are dilapidated. Everything is falling apart. So when I am saying to you tonight, let us elect Comrade Peter Bunting as our next hope for South Manchester. The word is done. Minister, come now, Minister, God. I'm not being a church man in the book, and no stop, I'm not being if I ever write to the book and go jump that song tonight. I'm going to ask the comrades. Comrades all over the building. Stand to your feet, please. Rise to your feet. Rise to your feet. Peter River, come down, back, come back. Come on, lay down, lay down.
Manchester, I want to them.
comrades, we know that we're excited. We know we're excited. But one of the things we have to understand is that the cameras are at the front. And when we get excited and come and jump up at the front, we are blocking the audience who are watching the live stream. So let me start by reflecting on coffee. Ramen without coffee says gratitude is a must. And I want to say all protocols observed. I will close with introducing my friend, comrade and friend, the General Secretary. But I want to start by really thanking the people of South Manchester who have welcomed me with open arms. I want to say that the only complaint I have received is that everywhere I get messages, Comrade TJ, Comrade Peter here, that them not see me, them want to see me in their community. So I sat with the campaign manager yesterday, and I said, it's really, I feel like every week we're on the road, we go here, there, and everywhere. I said, because you're sent out so many communities that we're visiting. So Newport Division, we've been Wallington, Newport, Epping Forest, Brockenhurst, Greenpond, Top Green, Surprise, Ellen Street, Blenheimtown, Swabinswalk, Topberry Hill, Eastfield, Mountain Valley, Farm, Granitown, Edgeware, Patrickstown, Woodstock, Wheels, and Newfield. And the people still calling for me, they will still have more road to go. In Porus, Redberry, Reesewood, Water Road, Banjo Road, St. Tunis, Ellis Street, Lineview, Battersea, Victoria Town, Cassava, Peace, Mount Retreat, Red Hill, Spring Grove, Harmon, Trinity, Bradley, Hampton, Porus, Water Mountain, River Battle. And you get up on division. Downs, Lakesmen, Emporium, Bottom, East Downs, Lane, Littix, Farm, Duffos, New Forest, Comapen, Lane, Alligator Compound, Blood, Little Portmore, Prospect, Camel Street, Oakville, Longwood, New Street, Precious Plain, Longwood, Turner Top, Sea. And in Grovetown Division, we've been in Mali Hill, Boyne, Companion, Mattis, Uphill, Coverdale, Blood, we've been in Portia, Simpson Road, Green Park Road, Pewsey Hill, Wood Street, Buster Lane, Cross Keys, Brandville, Asia, Lancaster, Far Enough, Resource, Farm, Sweetland, Perrins, Mansfield, and Montana. And if you don't hear your community yet, stay tuned. We're coming soon. I know what's the interesting thing, Comrade Jensen, most of these communities are going going to get the moment, hear the mouth father. Get the moment, hear the mouth father. That is the kind of representation that we have suffered on the last 4+ years. So, comrades, I want to also recognize, and maybe I could just ask them to stand quickly as I call their name. Comrade Campaign Manager, the first while 4-term councillor for the Alligator Bad Division. Comrade Dalton Brown. I asked the other 4 divisional leaders, Councillor Bryce, who is also the road manager. Comrade TJ, Comrade Peter Gay, Comrade Ronald. I asked the campaign secretary and constituency secretary, Goldstone, Owen Millicent Sharon Price. I asked the campaign treasurer, who is hiding. I don't know if he does want because he's a businessman. They will go and expose me. But comrade, I will use a pseudonym. Instead of his first name, I would say Big. Comrade Big Boss. Comrade Desmond Blackwood, who is the worker coordinator. Comrade Tishana Stutz, and who is the theater manager, and her second Natalie Hera. Comrades, nobody else can fit up here, but the entire campaign team, the cluster managers, the canvassers, respect is due. Big up all of you. Big up Comrades, let me say, as I've been going around in all these communities, here are the things that you have told me that you want me to work on as soon as I get into office. The first thing is to deal with the infrastructure. The bad roads. I say, it's like nothing in there. That case just between Grasky Square and the school. But Grove Town Division, I can confidently say, has the worst roads next to Ian Town Division in Jamaica. That has come from poor representation. Today, part of infrastructure almost are right. What electricity was in the 70s to people is what internet is today. All the young people in particular deserve access to broadband internet, and that we will be ensuring that every community in South Manchester have access to. And we will go across infrastructure, our schools, many are run down. The one that is being refurbished now is practically primary, and that is because Peter Bunty wouldn't stop rhyming in the Senate, in media, etc. until shame them do something. And right now, although it has been refurbished, it can't be handed over because the contractor, a little birdie tell me, don't get in paid yet. So our children are still in church halls taking classes, which is a disgrace. Nearly 9 months, 10 months, one of burial come. And it was in bad shape before burial. Moving from the infrastructure, and I'm not going to enumerate everything because we're putting out our campaign flyer, which will have all of this stuff. Moving from the physical infrastructure, we must look at investment in the human resources.
That's right, sir.
I don't want to hear any time a young person with ambition wants to do something, they have to leave South Manchester to go somewhere. a good job, or in order to set up a business, etc., etc. We have to leave. People will always leave where they come from, you know. But if they want to stay, they must be able to make a good living where they come from.
Yes, sir.
And that is why we're going to ensure that we support entrepreneurs who want to do business. We support farmers. We ensure that there is access to land, access to grants, and at home, the GenSec, who is also the Shadow Minister of Agriculture, speak a little bit more time when it's time. We're going to ensure that we get justice for this constituency. Billions of dollars have been mined out in bauxite. Billions of dollars. Right now, most people not even getting the little nuisance money. Farmers down in Manchester told us a week or two ago, all of their crops and lands, regardless of the size, is $17,000 a year. There are mined out pits all across this constituency, and in central Manchester as well, and mining done decades ago, and they're still not rehabilitated. Yet we demand justice, economic justice, and people affected. And then I want to turn to the final thing that I have heard, and that I commit, we're going to commission a development plan to do, and that is we want the coast road from Alligator Pond back to Mill River to be rehabilitated and become a center for community tourism. This kind of thing. That is what I refer to as my vision project. Treasure Beach has shown us how community tourism can benefit the people that live in St. Elizabeth. And we want to do the same for the people of South Manchester by developing that whole coast road in an eco-friendly way. Small villas, Airbnb opportunities, eco-tourist attractions. Miranda Wellington was just telling me yesterday when she was a child, and her father used to take scallion and agricultural products from St. Elizabeth, and that was the road they drive on. And she was almost in tears, nostalgic as a child, how pretty and beautiful when we used to stop. Where it's in Seagull, Lanu Valley. Now we want that to be developed into a thriving source of economic growth for South Manchester. Vision project, we will commission the study on it. The first thing as a first priority when you elect me when time. But as I say, all of this, it will be in the campaign brochure in terms of plans for South Manchester. So before I go, I just want to touch on two more things. National issues. This morning, Comrade Mario has read a media article about Andrew Woods. And he said, in his usual arrogant way, I play chess. I don't play drafts. Now what he wants to say is that he is smarter than the average person. Well, I'm going to show you now that not only is he not playing chess, the only thing he is playing is the fool, or he's playing the clown. Because there is nothing in his performance that suggests that he's a chess player or a strategist. Let me start with national security. For the last 3 months, violent crime, in particular murders, have been trending down. Now, bear in mind, the government has been in office for 9 years. That's 108 months. And out of the 108 months, they can only talk about 3 months. But why is those 3 months showing substantial reduction? Because the police are pursuing a strategy that the commissioner refers to as focused deterrence. This is not net fishing, this is spear fishing, targeting those who produce the most violence. This is what the PNP has been saying for the last 7 or 8 years. And Andrew Holness preferred to stand up at a podium and declare state of emergency after state of emergency, with his flanked by his generals like a wannabe tyrant. Like a wannabe tyrant. What was the result for the last 8 years? Murders increased 25% in this country. 2,300 more Jamaicans were murdered because of this foolish pursuit of Andrew Holness. The figures will show more Jamaicans have been murdered under his leadership than under any 2 terms in the history of Jamaica. This man should be hanging his head in shame. That is why I am saying he's not only playing the fool and play the clown, but he has played with the lives of Jamaican people. And that is a shame and disgrace. And he must never be given a chance to go back to Jamaica. For years, we've been begging him. Not only was the serial and routine use of states of emergency unconstitutional, because none of advice by the early King's Council, but it was ineffective, totally ineffective. And it's not until the People's National Party stopped supporting the extensions in the Senate. It's not until we took them to court and others took them to court and started whittling away at that fool. Murders came back down to the level that they inherited. Not even below. Here they're talking about percentage. Percentage talking about coming down last year is like a man stopped you with a 6-inch blade and he pull out back 2-inch. You're not going to thank him for that. This year, the first year, we're seeing real reductions, and it has nothing to do with Andrew Holness and the Labour Party. So that is one thing to show you that not only is not playing chess, he has played with the lives of Jamaicans, and they have lost 2,300 unnecessary lives under his leadership. The worst performance of any prime minister, not just in history, but I am prophesying in the history of this country for all time. The worst prime minister when it comes to crime. Now, the second thing I'm going to touch on is the economy. The PNP took over in 2012 an economy that the IMF says was on the verge of a meltdown. Not only couldn't we pass IMF test, we couldn't even take the test. We couldn't even sit the test. We turned the economy around and put it on a trajectory. and they have had an easy wicket to play on. But you know, they followed the path that we laid out in terms of reducing the debt to GDP, in terms of the fiscal rules that we had put in place. But because they didn't author the plan, they don't really understand the plan, because those were necessary but not sufficient to improve the quality of life of the Jamaican people. What is needed to improve the quality of life is growth. And they have been abject failures at getting growth.
5 and 4.
5 and 4, thank you for reminding me. That now seems like a cruel joke. They don't even mention it. They don't want to. Remember, you know, the GLP is a government of misinformation and lies. And when they're caught in their lies, they say, they double down on life for the better. But let me go back to the performance. Right now, here in 2025, agriculture is down. Construction is down. So like how my economy is so much as the economy. Tourism is down. Just on the drive down here, I looked up the stopover arrivals at Sandstone, where the tourists predominantly come in. And the arrivals were down 8.1% January to March relative to last year. And last year it had declined. BPO, we know, is threatened from artificial intelligence. The financial sector, barely going along. We're not seeing any growth here. Because the financial sector can't grow if their customers and their clients are not doing well. So basically, I cannot find one sector to point to that is hopeful. And the next move they're planning, which I'm going to leave the 10 sector to talk about, will drive the nail in the coffin of farmers across this country. The latest food security study says that 55%, more than half of Jamaicans cannot afford a nutritious meal for them and their families. That is a disgrace. While you are promised prosperity, what you have been delivered is hunger and malnutrition. Hunger and malnutrition. Yet, talk about him playing chess and playing the fool. He's playing the clown with people's lives and with people's futures. But I said to you, that they can run, but they can't hide from the judgment of the Jamaican people. If you were so confident in your performance, you should be calling it and you calling it. But instead, you have man who out there flying kite. You try to see if you can go past September, you can breach the Constitution. You just shown a propensity to do already. If you can breach the Constitution and continue without facing the judgment of the voters of South Manchester and the rest of Jamaica, none can lose. You can run, but you can't hide. Give me some music, give me some.
say, Comrade Slash, I like the energy and the vibes that I see in the division. It's a good look. It seems like South Manchester is on its way back into the column of the People's National Bank. My Comrade Peter Bunting, you know, Comrade Bunting is somebody that I have tremendous respect for. And I'm encouraging the people of South Manchester to show your full weight behind Comrade Bunting, because we need him back in the parliament as a representative of the people. And a few of the Labourites are afraid, because the things that they have done, they know that when he is there as the Minister of National Security, the next term that they will get is a prison term, and so they are afraid of him. So comrades, greetings and respect. You know, Comrade Bunting started an argument a while ago about the Prime Minister and national security and the figures. But I saw when the Prime Minister said that he and his government must get credit for the reduction in murders. I said to myself, let us examine the statement. If it is that when murders go down, the Prime Minister and the government must get credit for it, then when murders go up, it means that the Prime Minister and the government must get blamed for it. How could it be that this government is trying to convince us of how good they are with controlling murders? And when we did an examination of the numbers, Andrew Holness, not Norman Manley, not Buster Manley, not Hugh Shearer, not Donald Saxton, not Edward Siaga, not P.T. Patterson, not Portia Simpson, not Bruce Golding, but Andrew Holness is the Prime Minister that the most Jamaicans have died under his watch whilst he has been Prime Minister. And then he gets up to say, them still are come with this argument, so you can't sleep with window and door open. I'm going to say, I'm going to really take us up here for a joke. But anyways, going into what I come here to talk about. When I was growing up, you know, Comrade Mitchell, we used to run up and down a sports team. When I was growing up, and we had sports day, we used to say, greenhouse in the garden, hiding, 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 greenhouse in the garden, hiding, hiding from red horse. Greenhouse, where are you? I come into politics and I realize that greenhouse are hide because they want to put off the election down to December. Whether they call the election April, May, June, July, August or September, if they will be on the day to October or November or December, then I will get a beating. Then I will get a beating. was not new. When nobody was asking for an election, they called an election and they triggered community spread. Now that everybody asking for the election, they want to come now to come tell us about December. Call the election now because we're tired of the laborers. In South Manchester, they can't even decide for who Peter Bunting must give a flagging to. So every minute they will fight about who is candidate. Send he, she, or the whole lady. Every one of them. With 49 seats that have behaved as if a Labourite alone in Jamaica. We went out there and together we did the work and we put in the work, and everywhere you go in Jamaica right now, all fruits ripe, no more green again, because the people said I come. They want this to be an election about life. They want it to be an election where they try to dumb down the population. They don't want you to make informed decisions. So they are coming with all manner of lies. I am going to take nothing to step to them, but we're not going to let them travel down that road. We are coming to you with proposals that will make your lives better. We're not a loose argument with Labour. We are coming with proposals to make your lives better. In Jamaica, we have 300,000 persons who identify as farmers. I don't know some of them in this picture. 300,000 persons identify as farmers. It is the largest employer of labor. Not the government, not tourism, not EPO, not mining and bauxite. It is farming that is the largest employer of labor. We have a government that does not believe in the local farmers. They are not trying to do anything to benefit the local farmers of this country. And as a result, what they have done is that when they went into government, we were importing $834 million worth of food into Jamaica. And they have almost doubled that money. In the last 9 years, they've almost doubled the amount of money importing food into Jamaica. And leaving our farmers with their produce to rot in the field when they not get nothing for them hard labor. The next PNP government is going to ensure that we reduce the food importation bill and allow our local farmers to produce the things that we need here in Jamaica. We'll start out with Irish potato and onions. Roger Clark of blessed memory made us 90% self-sufficient in Irish potato in 2014. This government has done nothing to take these items out of the import basket. We have said to them, of that 1 $1.44 billion that we pay to import food into the country. We charge tax on it currently. If you are importing Irish, you have to pay 35% common external tariff. If you are importing onions, you have to spend 35% common and external tariff and another 30% additional stamp duty. We are going to take 2.5% of that. It is not a new tax. We are taking some of what is already being charged, and we are going to put in place a dedicated fund for agriculture. So just like how we have the National Health Fund, or we have the Universal Service Fund, or the Tourism Enhancement Fund, we are going to have the Agriculture Development Fund, so we can help the farmers. Now what are we going to do with that money? This is what we're going to do with that money. We are going to ensure that we put some of the money at the PC Bank so that the local people can get loans to go there and do their farming. You can get access to funding to go there and do your farming. We're going to use some of it to put an insurance in place for your crops so that if storm or hurricane come, you don't lose everything, but you can get back something to get on your feet again. We are going to ensure that we put proper storage in the production belt so that when you produce, because, let's explain this point. If I plant carrot and it come and I make a money, you see next year, the neighbor to the right and the left a plant carrot. Because that's how people see it. They see me planting and make a money, everybody will plant carrot the next time. When the carrot come, all of us have carrot one time, so we can get the money off it. We need to have proper storage in place. Right now in Jamaica, 3 out of every 10 pounds of the items that we produce, we lose it because we don't have storage. The next PNP government is going to put proper storage in place so that when our farmers produce, they can have somewhere to store their items until they can get value for their labor. The next thing that we are going to do with that funding, everybody in this room knows, if you're a farmer, that if you go there and you want to farm, it's hard to get labor. And then you can nowadays now work on the farm. And therefore it is extremely difficult to do the land preparation. And if you look rather, either them don't have a tractor or the tractor not working. So out of that money from the Agricultural Development Fund, we are going to put the necessary heavy-duty equipment into the production areas to help our farmers with land preparation so they can go there and produce to feed the nation. The next thing is that we have some people who want to reap where they did not sow. We call them 2-foot puss. Premier lasting. And what we are going to do is to ensure that we can make funding available to you so you can get some of the equipment that you need to provide the security for your livestock or your produce. Whether you want by camera, you want by radio frequency identification, RFID, we are going to make that accessible to you. And there's 2 more things that we'll do. There are 2 more things that we'll do. One, when we catch the person that stole your thing and we convict them, we are going to put premier lastly under the Proceeds of Crime Act, so that when we catch them, we can liquidate anything that they have of value and give back the money to the farmer so they can get on their foot again. The next thing is that if I plant some breadfruit, I go write my name on the breadfruit then. So when the man teeth the breadfruit and I say, I teeth the breadfruit and say, prove it's all yours, they can't prove it on the name of the body. We are going to move what we call the burden of proof from me to the defender. So he will have to prove where him get the breadfruit from. And if he can't prove where he get it from, then he's guilty as charged. The next thing in agriculture is irrigation. Did you know that in Jamaica we have over 120,000 hectares of arable land, but only 12% of it have irrigation? Only 12% of it. That's just about 16,000 hectares out of the 100,000. What we are going to do is to ensure that the National Irrigation Development Plan that was developed by the PNP in 1998 to build 51 systems across the country. We're going to put a special company in place to execute on those projects. But we're also going to help our farmers in Grovetown and elsewhere with the construction of ponds and give them pond liners. And we're going back to what Mike and Manny was on from in the 70s with micro dams, so we can make water available to our farmers. So they can the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to have a comprehensive management system in place. And when the leader said it, the Minister of Agriculture jumped up and said, we have a map already. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a management system. Meaning that at all times in the Ministry of Agriculture, we are supposed to know what is under production, how far along it is, when it will come in, and what is the expected yield. So Grovetown must can tell us that in the Grovetown division, we have 500 hectares of Irish, we have 100 hectares of onion, we have 200 hectares of dashi, and we know when it is going to come in. Then we will link the farmers to the final distributors and consumers. So the hotel can come on and see what our farmers have. So the hotel don't have to rely on imported things, because they can see that in Grovetown in South Manchester, the farmers them have 4,000 hectares of Irish, and they're going to come in by the 15th of April, and they can make the connection with the farmer, so you have access to that market. We are putting the focus on our local agricultural sector. We have provided, and we have proposed, that every child in school must have a warm, nutritious meal per day. That is important. Every child in school must have a warm, nutritious meal per day. The food to produce that meal, we're going to get it from our local farmers. So this school will have to tell us what they're going to provide, offer to the students for September, October, November, the part of December, the part of January, February. They must tell us what they're going to offer to the students. When they tell us that, farmers in the air to say, seeing that Trustees High School is going to need 500 pounds of corn per month, we are going to put the farmers out there to produce it so they have a guaranteed market in the school for their produce. So we don't just walk on the government because we say labor right are wicked. Labor right are wicked, but we are going to government because we want to transform the society. When we made the budget presentation, leading up to the budget presentation and said, PNP now have no plan. Every day they get up, PNP now have no plan. Which could be true. Then we could have some prime man like Peter Bunting, who get up and go for a company like EBNC and make billions of dollars. Then he said that and get up again and farm proven and make some more money. You have people like me that come out of poverty and break the chains and go to Doctor 24. Oh, we could have stood up and have no plan. When we have Bob Bowden, who is possibly the brightest person I've come in contact with, and we don't have plan. We have plan for this. Hold on. So when we drop the plans for them, them start saying, how you going to fund it? Then the Minister of Proverbs. Oh no. The Minister of Proverbs jump up. And you know what she said? She said those plans would cause the economy to crash. I want you to listen to what they're saying. They say in one breath that this is the best the economy has ever been. Then in the next breath, they say if you implement those plans, it will crash. Then what kind of economy that? When we went out there and we cost the plans come to $22.6 billion. That represents just 1.5% of the budget. That's what the community, just 1.5% of the budget. The money that they have spent on refurbishing Cornwall Regional Hospital started at $2 billion and it is now at $26 billion. So the overrun for Cornwall Regional Hospital is $24 billion. That is more than what it will cost to fund the plans of the People's National Party. So labor rights are fighting against it because they are now telling you that the third term will be your term, which means that the first two terms they're taking for themselves to thief and loot and rob the country. After the next election with a PNP government, it will be your time from day one of the Bonding-led administration. What is it that we want to do? Let me spend some time at Guthrie. I tell you, when I was growing up and I was listening to politics in the community, the PNP people used to full of argument. They used to say, well, I might have money with NHD. Well, I might have money with the equal pay for women. And labor rights used to just cost my money and drink rum. Like what Darren Fast to know. So you must have argument. So when you buck up with labor rights, you must not give them argument. What is it that we have proposed? Let's start with education. We have said that we'll give the 1 meal. So you get that already. Over 262,000 students will benefit from that. Why is that important? Because of what Comrade Bunting said earlier. 55%, 1 in every 2 Jamaica is currently suffering from food insecurity. Them can't eat properly. That applies to the students. So it means if you are a caring government, you must do something for that. Because hungry belly can't learn. And the desire of every parent must be for your children to become better than you. That has to be the desire of every parent. The second thing that we have said is that the first child in every family that qualifies to go to university will get a full scholarship from the People's National Bank. When we said that, the man from Lower Portland wrote up on Twitter and put up that you have $1.5 million in tuition. No, if you have people at university right now, or you have some family member who say, no. It is not $1.5 million unless you have studied law and medicine and you never get the sponsorship. The other people are paid less than $1 million. Whereas, when we check, it is on average $600,000. Right? So that's the first part that is wrong. But the second part was even worse. Because instead we have 1 million households in Jamaica and he multiplied the 1 million by the 1.5. The man said that will cost $1.5 trillion, we can't afford it. You know, so the pastor and word they can be saying last week and they get vexed. And if you look at the dictionary, the meaning of that word, it was applicable. But they don't like the word. The D-U-N-C word, they don't like it. Yeah, they don't like it. But it is actually applicable. But watch this. Here's why it could not be true. Did you know that in primary school and secondary school, all of them in Jamaica, when you add up all of them, is 400,000 students now? Then if you have 400,000 students from grade 1 to grade 13, how could you have 1 million of them at university at the same time? No, think about it. They are literally opposing to the proposals because they do not want the benefit to go to your children. And not to worry about how feed people them at school. You don't have to worry about that. But we have poor people, picnic, who we tell them they must go to school, pay attention, stay out of trouble, work hard, leave scamming alone, leave gang alone, leave man business alone, and then do it and come there and work hard. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, C6 subject, time up to the university, and poverty one 10 and 7 can't go, not under the watch of the next TNT administration. If you qualify and you're the first in your family, a full scholarship from the People's National Bank. And Michael Mallon in self-free education, see when they will say, come on. Well, then I go there for free. And there is nothing they can do to stop it from happening. The next thing we're going to do is that we realize that some students can't afford to go to school because they don't have a bus fare. We are putting a ride program in place that will assist 20,000 students with $2,500 per week so they can get help with their transportation to go to school and learn and function. And coming country was a senior member of the party, you know, so it will be started in South Manchester. Understand what that means? The time when you have to stop a picnic from our school Tuesday night and have money not cut out. When you have to send a picnic at school one shift, only Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, not cut out. They can't go every day now because we will help them with the transportation. I want to move to housing. You see, when we as politicians are on the road walking, and it happens to every single one of us on this platform, we're walking and somebody says, you must go look for that company over there. Then I come here, you know, the rocking chair and then line up on the bed. And you're going there and you say, well, look up. Oh, that might be a trick in the sky, you look. Because of the condition under which they are living. These are persons who have served the party with distinction and them don't live the way. And it is part of the reason that them piggy and grandpiggy stop vote. Because they say, look how mama and papa run back up politics and look which part they live. Time come now for us to provide proper housing solution to the people of this country. And so there are several things that we're going to do. One, we're taking back the money that was leaving the National Housing Trust to go into the budget. It is going to stay with the National Housing Trust. From that, we are going to put a fund in place for $1 billion that will ensure that young persons 35 years and under can get a grant, not alone, a grant of $500,000 to go towards paying the deposit so you can purchase a house. We have heard every year a Prime Minister go to Parliament and say the amount you can get from LSP is going to move from 4 million to 4.5, from 7 million to 9 million. Let us work it through. You have what we call supply and demand. When you have a limited amount of something and everybody wants it, go up to the price. Go up. When you have one heap of something, go up to the price. It goes down. When a government only increase the amount that you can borrow, what they have done is to increase the demand for houses, and therefore the prices go up every year, out of reach. That's why they're selling a 1-bedroom for 20 million and a 2-bedroom for 40 million. Poor people can't afford that. The next PNP government in our first term in office is going to increase the supply of houses. We are going to build 50,000 starter units under the National Housing Trust so that people can buy a house and then expand it to what you want. And when we do that, we are going to ensure that none of them cost more than $10 million. So you will be able to go out and buy your house for $10 million or less. And the cost of the land, we are going to discount the cost of the land. On average, the land cost is $2.5 to $3 million. We are going to take that out and you will get that free of charge. So immediately as you buy the house, you own some equity in the property. Immediately. For the persons who don't have no pay stub, like the farmers, you go bush, you grow your crop, you raise your animal, and you have your money about time. But you don't have no pay stub, so you can't go LHC and provide 3 payslip to get the loan. We are going to allow you to go in that house and start paying rent. So using the LHC house I want it, you can get it, apply and get it and move in and start paying your rent. Once you prove to us that you can pay the rent consistently, we will move it from rent to mortgage and you become the owner that people can live in dignity. Every constituency is being asked to look for the appropriate piece of land so you can get one of those housing developments under the next PNP administration. And it is the same call that is being made to the people of South Manchester. Go on out there with the leaders and find a suitable piece of land so we can build the housing scheme under the next PNP administration. So comrades, I'm going to stop it right here, so I'm going to further. But I want to say this to you. The Labour Party, in their strategy, what they are going to do is to come on a weekly basis and tell one banana. When they're done with that, they are going to attack the leader of the party. They are going to come and start up a whole heap of idiot argument. When we tell them this, whether in white, black, blue, purple, and yellow, and him we are vote for, and him are going to become the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Whether they call him Marky G, or they call him Marky British, and him we are going to mark the X beside the head when the elections are called. Because we don't care about what a leader is wearing. We care about what he has in his head and what he has in his heart. Because we want a leader that is looking out for the interests of the people of this country, who's here to serve and not to stray. Somebody that is here with love, honor, integrity, and decency. Somebody who don't mix up the ball in the parliament about who.
Congress, you heard it from the guest speaker, Dr. David Campbell. But I don't want to run out of here. I go on to make a presentation to the guest speaker. And I'm going to ask Congress Lorraine to present the guest speaker with a token from South Manchester. Why would I post the gift? What a nice gift. You know that I'm going to dance and give you room here. Right over the couch. What a lovely gift from South Manchester. Put your hands together for the team, the campaign team. Look at that, Congress. I want the artists, Congress. Right, I want the artists. Yeah, man. Go ahead and South Manchester. We're going to give up the tablets now? Alright.
Thank you very much, comrades. You have been patient and you have been diligent. Now, comrades, we did have the remaining 3 tablets to this wrap up that we're going to do it quickly. So, comrades, for this evening, I'm coming from the head. I'm going to ask the question and speak out class for the tablets. And with all 3 together. The first question. Comrades, can we see it, please? So we can see the indication. Who was the councillor of the Gloucester Division in 1998? Raise your hand.